Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can see, we are doing a summer skin and graphic liner makeup look. We started out doing just a nice natural thin coverage summer skin makeup for the beach days that you might want to go on and wear a bit of makeup but you don't want too much on. For nights out in summer when it's really hot and you just can't cope with too much on your skin. And then I just felt like the makeup needed something, so we've added a little graphic liner in there, so I've included that in the video too. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. So keep watching if you want to see how I did this. To start off this makeup, we're just going to start with a bit of skincare. I've got quite a few products because today's makeup is quite a natural summer makeup. I'm going to use a variety of moisturisers, etc. just to make sure the skin is perfect before we apply anything. First of all, I'm going to start out by applying my Rituals SPF moisturiser. And this is just like a little sample. You see me use this quite a few times in my videos. But I'm just going to apply that because when we're wearing summer makeup, we obviously want to be protected from the sun. And we all know that we should be protected from the sun every day, but especially in the summer. We don't want to burn under the makeup. So I'm just going to apply that to my skin first. Also, if I sound like different, it's just because I have a cold, so please ignore that. And then I'm going to go in on top of that. I'm going to go in with my MAC serum, Hyperreal serum. This again is a sample that I've had and squeeze out, but this will just give us a bit of moisture within the 4 layers of moisturiser that we're going to do. But I just want to make sure that the skin is glowing because we're not going to apply a lot of makeup products to the skin. And then now I'm going to go in with my Ordinary moisturiser. This is quite a thick moisturiser. So I'm going to put this on before we put on our last layer. And this will just make sure we don't have any dry skin underneath. So just rub that in. And then finally, I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Paris Triple Active Day Moisturiser. And this is just more of a watery one. So I feel like this one should go on top. We'll just rub that in. And then before we go in with any makeup, I mean technically this is makeup, but we're just going to apply the Power Grip Primer from e.l.f. to make sure that any makeup we apply does stay on the skin, no matter the weather. And then before we start with any of the skin, we're just going to go in with brows. So just brush them up, and I'm just going to go for a very natural brow, drawn in hairs. So we're going in with the NYX Lift and Snatch brow liner, brow tint pen. My hands are slippery from all of the moisturiser and primer. Anyway, I'm just going to sketch in some hairs very lightly, just to give the brows a bit more depth, and especially because I have quite light brows, and then it just fills in any of the gaps that we may have. And possibly just give them a little bit of a more of a tame on the tails. And then to start out on the rest of the face, I'm just going to start by curling my lashes just while we have nothing on the face, because I just feel like the makeup always looks better throughout the process with curled lashes. So onto skin, I'm going to start out by taking my Revolution Glow Drops, and this is just like a serum. They're just glow drops, and these are normally used to mix in with foundation or anything like that. I'm going to use this as our foundation today, a mix of this one and the bronzing drops that they do as our foundation bronzer situation. Yeah, anyway, so I'm going to start by applying that. I'm just going to take my big foundation brush and blend this in almost as our foundation, even though it isn't a foundation, it hasn't got any coverage. I'm just adding a bit of glow to the skin because we don't want to add a foundation today. And then I'm going to apply the glow drop, the bronzing drops just the same. And I don't want to add too much, to be honest, because well, I probably did already, but it's fine. And then to blend this one out, I'm actually going to use my little bronzer brush. I'm just going to blend this like I would a cream bronzer. But this is very thin and very lightweight, and you can already see it just creates a nice, almost summery glow. It doesn't look like you've got bronzer on, but it almost looks like, you know, when people fake tan their bronzer on. That's the kind of look that this gives, and it is very light coverage. Obviously, this was created, I'm assuming, to like bronze up your face if you fake tanned. But I don't really fake tan, so we're using it as bronzer. Just move a bit of that bronzer off my nose because I definitely think we added a bit too much. And now that we've got like a bronzy, glowy base down, I'm just going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury blush and light wand. I'm just going to apply it like so where I want it, and then I'm just taking this rounded Morphe brush and I'm going to blend this into the skin. And I didn't really want to go too heavy with the blush today, but I think we already have, so it might be a bit too late. And then I just do the same on the other side. And I think we've definitely got enough glow on our face today. And that is the colour added to our face. And now we're going to add some, well, we did just add actual makeup. The blush was actual makeup. But away from serums, away from anything thin on for the face, we're actually going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, which is just a normal concealer. Mine's in the shade 3. And I'm just going to conceal like I normally would, to give a bit of brightness to the centre of the face. So I'm going to put a bit under my eye and a little bit here, and maybe just a dot there so that we spread it nicely. Same here. And then I'm going to go a little down the nose where we bronzed a little bit too much. Just add a little bit through the centre of the face just to add a bit of matteness and a bit of lightening. So I'm going to use my foundation brush for the big face part and just pat that in. And all of these products mixed together almost make it look like a full face. A natural full face, because you can still see all of my freckles through it. But also you're basically wearing just concealer because the bronzing drops, etc., they're not going to bother you. And then I'm just going to take a smaller version of that brush to blend the finer details. And I'm going to try and focus this concealer under the eye and not drag it down too much. But we may have to drag it a little bit just to make it even, like towards the nose more. And then anything that needs blending up onto the eye can do so. And now I'm just going to take my Laura Mercier setting powder. And this is slightly not my shade, but it's fine. It's summer, we're supposed to be a little bit tan. So I'm just taking my Revolution powder puff that I always use and some of that powder, and I'm just going to focus that under the eyes mainly, so that we don't have any creasing. Maybe a little on the eyelid to get rid of any oiliness. And then just the remainder almost where we put the concealer, just that we're not shiny everywhere, otherwise we look a bit sweaty. And so already this is the summer skin. I'm not going to go in with any highlighter because I think we've got enough glow from the glow serum at the beginning, and just all the other products were pretty glowy as well as the moisturizer that we applied at the start. This is our little summer skin makeup. Very easy, very light coverage. Basically the only thing we have on our face is the concealer because, like I said, the glow drops are literally nothing. They're a good product to definitely use to add stuff. I suppose they are something, but it's basically like wearing moisturiser. So the graphic liner that I'm adding to this look is inspired by India Rose makeup, which I'll put her Instagram on the screen here. And again, she'll be tagged over on my Instagram when I post this makeup look. And we're just doing a little bit of a different swing on her graphic liner. And this is just, I'm just changing the colour of it. It's the same liner, just changing the colour and adding it to this little summery makeup look because I thought it would complement it. And I'm basically just taking this Beauty Bay liner palette, and I haven't used this in ages, but it is a very good palette. It's like all these neon paints and they're just water activated, and I should definitely get some more of these and experiment more with graphic liner because I do love it. But oh, I didn't even tell you, I'm going to go in with this green shade just because I feel like it's kind of the most abstract colour. So I'm going in with the green instead. It's like this neon green. Guys, I've tried to zoom you in. I hope you can see this. If you can't, I don't know what to do. I am looking like in my mirror behind the thing because I can't zoom on my other facing, like when it's like a selfie. So I'm trying. We'll start with a dot here, and then she almost does like a little weird like oval circle thing. That's what we're doing. Right, okay. I really did just try to flip you around so I could zoom you in on my eyes because I normally record this on the front forward facing camera on my phone. But when I flipped it around, obviously I can't see what's happening, I can't see what's in frame, and I did like do a little put my mirror behind to see it. And it kind of just focused on my hand the whole time because it's quite a zoomy camera, so it focused on my fingers while I was drawing rather than the eye. So I probably skipped out the last clip, or I might have inserted it. It might have just looked weird. So I just drew this like little dot and then a circle with that green liner, and I'm just going to carry on for you now, not zoomed in. I could use my camera to zoom in, but with my camera, I've got to record the whole video on my camera because it's just different resolution to my phone, and it's good. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as lit up. It's got a bit of a dull tint to it. Anyway, I just had to check what else she added to it. So then the next bit was a circle. And then dot and a tiny dot. She does another one of these, but over here. So we're just gonna draw that. Then again, I'm gonna do a little circle. And a dot. And then we just need to line it up with the eye. So it's more like an eyeliner. So I'm basically just, you can just watch what I'm doing really. And then we just need to tie it in on the underneath as well. And then I think I'm just going to add some of that liner into the waterline as well. This can be dangerous because it's water, so if I don't let it dry, it'll either just run from the water from my eye or it'll just go straight into my eye. But like, not dangerous as in like you'll die, just like dangerous as in it'll ruin the whole makeup look. Never mind, guys, I meant actually dangerous. That actually really hurt my eye. Let's not do that. So now that that eye's done, I'm just going to go off camera quickly, do the same on the other eye, and we'll come back, do a natural lip, and that will be the makeup finished. So I just went off camera and did the other eye, like I said, and now we need to go in with some kind of mascara and a lip. So I'm just going to go back in with my eyelash curler and just give them an extra curl. And then I think we're going to go in with a brown mascara just for it to be a bit more natural, a bit more light coverage, still following the summery theme, even though we have now got a crazy graphic liner on. So I'm just taking my Jason Wu light brown mascara, and this is just a brow mascara, but it's all the same, and this is waterproof, so I do find it holds my lashes much better than a non-waterproof one. So I'm just going to coat them in that brown mascara. Well, that is annoying because I've just realised that my lip stains are actually in my client bag and I really can't bother to get them out. So I'm just going to try and like replicate one. I'm just taking this liquid blush from Revolution. I'm just going to put a bit on my lips and blend it in. Just sort of in the middle. And then I'm just going to rub it over my lips. Just to give them a bit of something. And then we're going to go in with a clear gloss on top. And that actually worked really well. Take this, I'm going to take my Revolution Glaze Lip Oil, and this is the same sort of thing as the blush came in, because these were both from the advent calendar that I had. So just a clear glass over the top. And that will do. You could also use a lip balm, I suppose, or a lip. Or I have a Revolution lip oil balm would work just the same. And yeah, this is the finished makeup. So I'll just quickly record a few clips for you and I'll see you guys back for the outro. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed this little natural summer skin makeup and graphic liner. I think it's going to be called Summer Skin and Graphic Liner. But you'll have already seen that, so I don't know why I'm saying that. Very natural, very light coverage makeup, but also it looks like I've got a full face of makeup on, so I'm very happy with this. I hope that if you're looking for anything like coverage for summer to wear out, whether it's on nights out or beach days, etc., that the skin makeup gives you some inspiration or some ideas. And same as if you're hoping to have some fun with some graphic liner this summer, I hope it did the same thing for you. And yeah, I just hope you guys enjoyed this fun, simple video. I do like to do these videos every once in a while. We can do like big creative makeup, but we always come back to these quick, easy, simple, fun ones, just like playing around with makeup. It's not too much effort. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you feel like it. And I will see you guys back here next week for another one. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.